Hello everyone, it's a small request here. I wanted to give you another universe Sandbox video because a lot of people seem to like it. This time I'm putting a bit more effort to the video and recording the audio with another software. And I got a cool suggestion that I could also tell you some space facts at the same time. So I gathered a couple facts from the internet and I'm just going to say them to you while playing around in the space. Here goes the first fact. There are actually thousands of other planets out there. As you know, we have 8 planets in our solar system. However, outside our solar system there are thousands of other planets. The extrasolar planets, or exoplanets, are in orbit around another star. So far, we have almost 1,800 confirmed new worlds, with another 3,000 awaiting confirmation. Astronomers are looking to a star's Goldilocks zone for planets that may be habitable, just like the Earth. The majority of planets discovered so far are hot gas giant planets. Here's another one. A day on Venus is longer than a year. This is a tricky one to get your head around, but a year on Venus, that is the length of time it takes to complete one whole orbit around the Sun, is 224.7 Earth days. However, it takes 243 Earth days to rotate on its axis just once. The next fact is about the weather. Sometimes on the Earth, especially here in Finland, the weather can be a bit rubbish. However, our weather is awesome compared to some of the other planets. Jupiter has fast winds and Great Red Spot, a massive hurricane-style storm, has raged there for the last 300 years. Mercury and Mars have extreme temperature changes in the same day. Venus is a scorching 5 times hotter than boiling water. Saturn and Uranus also have extremely fast winds. However, Neptune has the fastest ever wind speed, reaching a staggering 1,600 miles per hour. This one goes to all you people who have problems with your height, because you become taller in space. It's a known change in the human body in microgravity that your spine straightens out as gravity is not pushing you down. In fact, you can be up to as much as 5 centimeters taller in the space station. If we were on Mars, the Sun would appear about half the size as it does on Earth. At the closest point to the Sun, the Martian southern hemisphere leans towards the Sun, causing a short, intensely hot summer, while the northern hemisphere endures a brief, cold winter. At its farthest point from the Sun, the Martian northern hemisphere leans towards the Sun, causing a long, mild summer, while the southern hemisphere endures a lengthy, cold winter. Another one from the Mars. One day, Mars will actually have a ring. In the next 20 to 14 million years, 20 to 40 million years, Mars' largest moon Phobos will be torn apart by gravitational forces, leading to the creation of a ring that could last up to 100 million years. One cool thing about space is that it's actually not that far away. Space officially begins at the universal marker of the Kármán line. This invisible boundary is 100 kilometers above the Earth. In theory, if you could drive your car upwards, you could be in space in less than an hour. The hottest planet is not the closest one to the Sun. Even though Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, it is not actually the hottest one. Mercury does not have any atmosphere, meaning that this planet is only hot in the daytime, when it is directly facing the Sun. At this stage, temperatures can rise to 425 degrees Celsius, but at night the planet's temperature can drop down to a freezing minus 180 degrees Celsius. Venus is the hottest planet. Its thick clouds trap the Sun's heat, causing Venus to be a sizzling 500 degrees all of the time. This fact is about the Moon. There is an optical illusion which makes the Moon appear to be larger the lower it is in the sky. The apparent magnification is not caused by our atmosphere. It is more of a mind trick. When the Moon is closer to the horizon, it is closer to objects like buildings and trees, which therefore in comparison make the Moon look bigger. However, there are times when the Moon really is bigger. During its elliptical orbit, the Moon has times when it is actually slightly closer to the Earth or further from the Earth. This happens about once a month due to the Moon's orbit around the Earth. Usually is not so noticeable to the eye. However, when a full moon occurs at the same time of the moon's perigee, which was when it's closer to the Earth, it can be called a supermoon and appears 12 to 14 times, not times but percent, bigger than normal. The word astronaut comes from the Greek word astron, which means star, and naut, which means sailor. The Russian cosmonaut has a similar meaning from cosmos, meaning universe, and nauts, meaning sailor. So, astronauts are actually star sailors. Star Sailor is also a pretty cool band. They had a nice song in the movie Old Boy, if I recall correctly. This one goes to all you tearjerkers. You can cry in space, but your tears don't fall. On board the International Space Station, water floats like bubbles or spheres. However, the water will cling to a surface until it is dislodged. This means that tears start to form bubbles around your eyes, as the weightless environment is not causing your tears to fall. This sounds really cool, but it can be dangerous. ESA astronaut Luca Parmitano suffered a spacesuit leak whilst on spacewalk. The water leaked into his helmet, covered his eyes and ears, but thankfully he made it back into the space station unharmed. But if not, he could have drowned in space. Now would that be an interesting way to go? There's not too many people who have drowned in space. American astronaut Dom Petit discovered that by folding a pair of underpants into a sphere shape and stitching in some Russian toilet paper, which is thick wool-like gauze, this created a warmer environment for some tomato and basil seeds to start to sprout. Like their socks, underwear is only changed every 3 or 4 days, so he figured the pants might provide some extra nutrient for the plants. So dirty underwear and toilet paper has actually helped to grow plants on the ISS. Now this, if something, is similar to the movie Martian, don't you think? There is a dwarf planet named after an Easter Island legend. Dwarf planet Makemake was discovered at Easter 2005. The Easter Island Moai figures were the inspiration for its name. Makemake in Rapa Nui mythology was the creator of humanity and the god of fertility. He is also a feature in many rock and cave drawings on the island. Nebulae come in all shapes and sizes. Nebula means cloud in Latin. These are areas in which stars are being created or where a star has died. The cosmic clouds come in all shapes and sizes and are made out of interstellar dust and gases. There is a Christmas tree nebula, a horse head, a unicorn, a hand, fried egg, and lots more. These beautiful clouds, which are not visible to the naked eye, really highlight the fact that there is a lot more happening in the sky than you can see through your eyes. The North Star, used for navigation, a steady point in the sky night, will change. However, not in our lifetime. The Earth is rotating like a spinning top, and therefore the pole of our planet wobbles. Currently it points to Polaris, but in the year 13,727 our pole star will be the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra. In a vacuum-like space, when two pieces of metal touch each other, they bond together. This is a process called cold welding. On the Earth, because of the oxygen in our environment, this does not happen naturally, but it is used during some manufacturing processes. It is something to take into account, but it is not usually a problem as the astronauts' tools maintain an oxide layer even when leaving Earth. The furthest man-made object is Voyager 1. It has messages for aliens on board. In 1977, Voyager 1 and 2 were launched. Their primary mission was to visit Jupiter and Saturn. Voyager 2 continued on to Uranus and Neptune. Voyager 1 has now made its way into interstellar space. Voyager 1 is further away from Earth than the distance between the Sun and Pluto. Both craft carry a golden record on board, which will act like a time capsule of Earth. It has greetings from Earth as well as different kinds of music. It also has noises of rocket engines, the sea, people talking, animal sounds, and lots of images, all of which sum up the Earth. United States President Jimmy Carter said at the time, "This record represents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe." These messages have been recorded as electronic impulses, which can be translated into written words. If any aliens find it, then they can enjoy some Louis Armstrong as well as some Peruvian panpipes. I hope you liked these little facts and this video. Most of these facts were from a website called www.armagplanet.com. Armag Planet. So shout out to them. I will write it in the description as well if you want to read them yourself. But thanks for watching, and I hope you find this video relaxing. See you next time.